for more little topics and chat and panel and community and fun and creativity and everything else that happens on here. So welcome. All right, what I'm going to do today is you are first, Ricardo. Welcome. I'm going to do a topic and then I will drop the link and open a panel. But I'm working with the AI and it's also giving me channel insights and channel analyses. Hey, Prairie, good morning. You got your coffee too. And this is what it came up with. It's kind of interesting. It said that there's the way my show is set up, I don't need a new theme or a new topic or a new idea for every show. It said because I stream every day. It said that I have 4 different modes or lenses that I use on the show, and all I need to do is just keep rotating between those lenses, and I can keep looking at the same content through different lenses. So more than like changing up the content, it's more about applying these different lenses to content over time. And this is the idea it gave me. It says one of them is story mode, where we talk about our own experiences. Guests can talk about their stories. People open up. We do this a lot on here, where we tell personal stories. There's problem solving mode. We talk about community issues. We help each other with their issues or support. We come up with tools for growth, that kind of stuff. The laboratory, the workshop. There's also theory mode, which is that's the topics. That's what I do. That's the me presenting information and trying to package it in a useful framework that people can, I don't know, remember and utilize and start to apply to their own life and gain insight, understanding, that kind of stuff. That's what this is right now. This is theory mode. And then we have hangout mode, which is the chats. That's the third place. That's the open panels where people just come up and it says relaxed, music, humor, audience banter, that kind of stuff. So this is what it recommends every week. It's saying do one segment of theory of this kind of stuff. And this is really, I think, what I'm best at. This is one of my strengths. And so I tend to do more of the theory because it's the one thing that I can contribute regularly. It recommends 2 story segments, 2 problem solving segments, and 2 regular hangouts. So whether these are separate streams or portions within a stream, the balance it recommends is 1 segment of theory for every 2 segments of everything else, and to spread the everything else out equally. Story time, problem solving, hanging out, having fun. And then we do that, and then half as much as we do that, do some of this topic stuff. So I don't know. I'll try it out. I'll see. Well, the way I'm doing it now, on Monday night, which is tomorrow, we're going to do men's mental health, and there'll be some kind of topic to kind of ground it, but the conversation can go where it needs to go as long as it's about stuff pertaining to men and what they need for that night. The men are going to drive the discussion. And then Tuesday is actual story night, where the idea is to just have people come up and tell their story. Like last week, Busker and I told stories about Halloween and just all kind of different personal experience of ours. And so that's also an opportunity to tell stories. So as long as they stay within the general theme of those nights, because the story night's gonna, I don't know if it'll have necessarily a topic, but it'll have some kind of theory component where as we're listening to the stories, we can see what there is to learn from them that day. And then Friday nights was going to be just a straight hangout. So it's going to be nothing but that fourth mode. It's just how to work in the other modes, or just keep them in mind and make sure we get a nice balance of hanging out, of topics, of problem solving, personal support, and of stories. Being able to share stories. That's the connection part to me. Like Angeline and I spent last night just kind of exchanging stories and ended up feeling very connected by the end of the night. Resonance. That's the word she brought in. So there's not clean divisions between these. I mean, you can have story and problem solving at the same time, etc. It's just what the AI is suggesting. So the topic for today is going to kind of wrap up the last week. Because it's Sunday, it recommended doing these little topic arcs, like maybe one a week, where I have a general topic and then I do little subtopics throughout the week around that one topic. And it seemed like the topic last week was the boundary setting, the disintegration, the coming out of crisis, the starting to rebuild. So the topic today is going to kind of wrap that up and set us up for new topics this week. And hang on, let me get to it. Yeah, it's rebuilding after a disintegrative crisis. And we've talked about those before. Those are where they seem negative. It seems like your life is falling apart, or relationships, or maybe a job, or you're falling apart internally, or both. But it's really you outgrowing old ways that are holding you back from becoming a newer self. And so it's learning to use those crises to kind of find what you can learn from them and apply them to starting this new, whatever, because the crisis is usually a class. It's kind of like earthquakes under the surface. They have these tectonic plates. So under the surface of the crisis, it's usually a set of values or norms that are in conflict, either with you and a group or community, or internally two values that you're trying to sort out for yourself are in conflict. And during the crisis, you begin to sort out that value conflict, and you begin to decide which value is more important and which value to deprioritize. So you start to form a hierarchy of values. Instead of competing values, you start to develop like a tier of values, and the values in the upper tiers are the ones that begin to guide your actions when you're rebuilding in the new direction after the crisis. It says, when everything falls apart, sometimes that's the only way to figure out who you actually are. Also, I think in crisis, the action we take kind of decides who we are too. That's our chance to show whether we're heroes, whether we're cowards, whether we're men of action, leadership, whether we're LARPers, all talk, all words, no action, that kind of stuff. Think of all the great men in history that kind of rose out of a crisis. Just in the, I'm thinking even of Donald Trump's fight thing. That was like, you can't get more crisis than almost being killed. And in the middle of that, the dude finds this heroism to model for the crowd, like almost instantaneously. It was something to see. So in a crisis, how people behave in a crisis, that's a chance to see who they are. That's their metal. That's what they're made of. It happens when two value systems collide. The comfortable old one, and last night Angeline talked about kind of the program or the default, the things we default to. that we might not be aware of. So the original value system is that default value system that we're just comfortable with and we operate from, maybe without even being too aware of it, because it's just so familiar to us. It's our norm. And then there's that emerging higher one, which is causing the conflict in the first place, because that higher one is trying to come out. And as it tries to come out, it conflicts with the old one that doesn't want to give up that familiarity and comfort. This week explores how collapse, alienation, and chaos are part of the growth process, and how to rebuild align with the new values. Rebuild with something real and in line with your authentic vision, not what's expected of you by other people. And so the chaos, the crisis, the conflict, if it's part of this process that I'm talking about, this disintegration and rebuilding, transformation, then it is normal. It's not anything to avoid or feel bad about. Just see it as this is growth. This is how growth happens. And I guess just normal, like recognize it when it happens and then normalize it. So people don't have to be more stressed out about it than they need to be. It's going to be uncomfortable enough. Growth is not always fun. We try to make it fun here, but real growth, there's probably going to be some discomfort. You're going to have to sit with uncomfortable stuff. You're going to have to face uncomfortable stuff. You're going to have to witness things you don't want to see, and you're going to have to hear things from other people that are unpleasant and hard to hear. All of that is a normal part of the process. Okay, when your old way of being stops fitting you, disintegration as necessary breakdown. Oh, this is just notes. Let me get to the real thing. It says that these are like the learning points to take away at the end of all this. Like this whole week or last couple of weeks. Recognizing crisis as a sign of potential higher values emerging. So it doesn't always have to be a sign of dysfunction or a sign of degeneration. It could be a sign of an emerging progress, like transcendence to the next stage. And so I guess learning to recognize when what looks like a crisis is actually destructive, or is it an opportunity for growth. Number two, understanding that those conflict of values is normal. It's a normal part of moral and psychological development. As you change, as you grow, as you learn more about yourself and get more in touch with what's important to you and who you want to be and how you want to live, those values may shift. And as they shift, the ones that become more important for the vision of life you want to create are going to collide with the ones that are holding that back. And that's normal. It's almost unavoidable. It has to happen as part of the growth. So think of it like a shoot of a plant pushing its way through the soil. And the existing plants around it might get shaken up. It even, like some of them even push through concrete. They have pictures of roots and shoots coming up through concrete. When this happens, having the courage to commit to authenticity, whatever that turns out to be. It might be the new values. It might be I'm ready for this growth. These are the values I've been trying to develop. They're happening. I'm going to take this opportunity to put them into action and make them part of my life. Or it could be, I'm not ready for this growth. I thought I was. This is not what I want right now. The old values are still important to me. I need to recognize that and recommit to them or whatever. So courage doesn't necessarily mean following the new way. It means being authentic and realistic about what you want for yourself and what you are capable of. So I think courage and honesty. And then there's the tools for the rebuilding, which we do here, and community that supports it. And I like this line. It says, hope that the collapse isn't failure, that it's initiation. It's a threshold stage that transitions you to a next phase of growth, which is a good thing. So what sometimes looks like disintegration or regression or taking you backwards can be a temporary transition to a higher growth. Hey, Angel. Waffles. Me too. Like, I mean, I can tell a good story now and then. There's way better storytellers on here than me, but I'm really good at telling the real. Like, whatever's going on in the moment, tuning into that and articulating that. And it may not always be entertaining or exciting, but I'm at least able to give whatever that thing happens to be, I'm able to get that out without manipulating it. All right. It says, do you ever hit a point where the old version of you just stops working? Like the things that used to keep you stable or motivated suddenly don't make sense anymore. The routines, the relationships, the values that once felt right, maybe like norms you took for granted that suddenly don't work anymore because you've changed or what you want to do with your life has changed and now suddenly you need new values for that. It's not burnout, it's not depression, it's something deeper. It's like your inner operating system just crashed and now you're staring at the blue screen of your own soul. Oh, come on, AI. You could come up with better than that. The blue screen of your soul. The psychologist that I draw from, Kashmir Dabrowski, the Polish dude, that's what he calls positive disintegration, where what can look like a crisis is actually a good thing if you know how to use it to drive growth. It just means sometimes the self has to fall apart for something more true and more real to come through. It's those two value systems that are fighting it out inside of you. The battle with the dragon, the wrestle with the shadow, the comfortable, familiar one that helps you survive, and the new one that's demanding honesty, integrity, depth, a higher set of values that actually fit who you're becoming. This is growth. It's messy, it's painful, you can't logic your way through it, although we try very hard on here. Yesterday we talked about the Virgo thing and the Gemini thing. Those are both ruled by Mercury in astrology, which is the planet of the intellect that likes to understand and organize and classify and structure things. That's the theory part. And so I'm Virgo rising and I have a very strong Mercury. And so we do a lot of that theory stuff on here too. We do try to logic our way through as much as we can, but ultimately, yes, it's not fully done with logic. You just start to notice that the things you used to tolerate suddenly feel intolerable. They're not. Maybe you felt neutral about them and now it's starting to irritate you, or you're becoming impatient, or you're noticing a negative reaction toward them, or maybe they were enjoyable and fun at one time and now someone came on here the other day and talked about they used to enjoy certain panels and now they feel drained. That's a sign. That can be a sign of the shift where something you used to enjoy is now draining. The thing you used to enjoy probably didn't change. The change is probably happening in you. And if it's suddenly becoming draining, it might be a form of growth. It says the masks itch. The conversations ring hollow. The people you once vibed with start to feel like ghosts. Wow, this AI is scary, y'all. It's going to change the world. It's going to change what we're able to do with ourselves. But that's not regression, that's growth trying to happen. The breakdown is the signal. The old structure cannot hold the new version of you. Moose does a lot of these videos of the lion coming out, your power core, your power center, breaking through that thing. That's a very good depiction of it. Moose's videos are, to me, like if you are in this disintegrative process, I found them empowering. It was a source of strength to help me get through the process. So art can be one of the things that you turn to. So it says, today let's talk about that. The moments when the old self stops working, what it feels like to be stuck between selves. We talked about the dual nature and how we're all of it. We just have to pick. We can't be all of it at the same time. We have to hone our actions down to a segment of it. And we want that segment to be, I want it to be on the higher end, the higher tiers, because it feels good. It feels better than the lower tiers. And it feels more like the person I want to be. That's what I want to spend. If I have, we have a very short time of life, and I want to spend it doing the best that I can with that time. And that feels like a way to do that. And also how to start recognizing that what's falling apart is maybe what is supposed to fall apart. Like, don't try to rescue it. Maybe it's falling apart for a reason, and that's part of the growth process. So let's see what's waiting to rebuild once we stop trying to patch up something that was never meant to survive the upgrade. All right, here we go. First, how do you recognize the crisis? What are the signs that the old way isn't working? We talked about, like, some of it, the change in feeling from neutrality to negativity, or pleasure and enjoyment to negativity. Negativity could be irritability, confusion, self-doubt, anger. You could find yourself very irritable and angry and just everything on your nerve for no reason that used to not be. That could be a sign that you're outgrowing. Emotional tells, exhaustion, that draining, irritability, loss of meaning, alienation. You don't feel connected anymore to the people around you. The things you came here for, you're not finding anymore. There's situational tells. Things that used to feel okay now feel fake. They feel phony. They feel heavy or wrong. They feel like maybe going through the motions where before it felt authentic and immersive. So that kind of thing, those little changes from one way to another way. Your body, that's another way. How is your body feeling? Did your body used to tingle and be excited and energized, and now it's restless and bored, maybe tired, drained? That kind of thing. Check in with your body. That's one of the best ways to find those little shifts. And this is important, the difference between burnout, which I've talked about before, and that's when you don't recognize your own limitations and your need for self-care, and you push and push and push until you just start losing the momentum to continue pushing. And disintegration is not your own fuel running out or your battery running out. It is the structure that was supporting yourself that's you're outgrowing. That's what's falling apart. All right, these two value systems that are at war, that are conflicting. And this is just an example. The old values could be anything, but it gives the example of stability. I even did the stream where I talked about how stable everything was, and like almost at that point, that's when the disintegration started. It's like the universe was saying, I'll show you stable. hold my beer. Stability, belonging, community. You feel like you're in a group. You feel like you have a team, a tribe. You have a family, a brotherhood. You're getting approval. You're getting positive feedback. People are appreciating your work. They're recognizing your value. Predictability. Your expectations align with outcomes and results. So what you show up expecting to get, you get. There's not a misalignment or a mismatch or a disconnect. The emerging self values authenticity, integrity, wants to be whole and at one with itself. That say it, mean it, do it thing. It doesn't want to be disconnected parts conflicting with each other. It wants to be a unified being that can act with wholeness, with integrity, everything integrated. Freedom, creativity. We already see that emerging on here, especially with the creativity. The part of me that wanted to fit in is now fighting the part that wants to be free. That might sum it up, actually. Or the part that was aligned with a set of shared values, which would be group or community values, is now realigning with individual values that are more in line with who that person is. And so there's now tension between those values and the community values that they were originally aligned with. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a chance to figure out those new values. And maybe that is the path to go. And then how that internal clash mirrors outward conflict. Conflict between people on YouTube, at work, coworkers, relationships, family, friends. I would almost say the other way around, how the outer conflict mirrors the internal conflict. I mean, it's probably both because it's mirroring. But how to me, the conflicts that are happening on the outside are symptoms of the conflict happening inside. Because if the conflict wasn't happening inside, the conflicts might still happen outside, but they wouldn't be interpreted through that particular lens and maybe magnified to that degree. Or you might like handle them or weather them a different way, or they may not even be experienced much as conflict because they might roll off because there's nothing to conflict with them to signal that it's even a big deal. It talks about grief and the pain of losing the old self and what did work. It's mourning the parts of you that kept you safe. So the old self was successful, like in evolution, natural selection. The old self survived enough to get you to the point you were when the growth started happening. So the old self had value. It 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 succeeded at that Darwinian test of natural selection. It survived. And how sometimes disintegration can feel like a failure before you can see it as transformation. And for me, it didn't so much feel like a personal failure. It felt like a failure in perception. It felt like I was seeing things one way and I didn't realize they were actually a different way. And so the failure for me is a failure to notice quickly enough and to make the shift in response quickly enough. But the disintegration itself, I didn't take personally because it didn't feel like it was an action on my part. It felt like a process that I was just a participant in. I was just along from, like when you have a cold, you just have to sit back and let your body go through the process of getting the antibodies and attacking the virus or the germs and getting the cold out of the system, etc. And then the mucus, and you just have to passively just go through the process. That's what it felt like. Like a process had been initiated and I had to let it play itself out. And I could do what I could do in the process, just like you can do what you can do while you have a cold to mitigate the effects and accelerate the healing. But it didn't feel like a failure. The only failure was my failure to know, which is that's constant with me. That's part of my retardedness. I never know. I'm always my situational awareness is very poor. I always think I'm here or here or here, and the world is actually here or here or here. And then it's that seeing the crisis as initiation, seeing the breakdown, the disintegration as that initiation into a next phase of growth, and not necessarily a negative things. This isn't collapse, it's initiation. It's transition. It's transformation. It's the self shedding all the things that can't come with it into the new self. It can't make the journey. It can't make the crossing. So it has to slough off all of the old self that's not going to be able to work in the new world of the new self. It says why neurodivergent and sensitive people can experience more intense disintegrations. They just have a higher sensitivity to it to begin with. They have a higher awareness of themselves and maybe the conflict inside and all of that. So that the sensitivity can magnify and modify the experience. It says hold space for the in-between. You're not the old self anymore, but the new self is not fully formed yet either. You're in that void between worlds. And if you know anything about shamanism and the crack between worlds, that's the space that the shamans work from. They're able to be part of both worlds, whatever those worlds are, male, female, material, spirit. They kind of walk between and access both. The void is not failure to act. It's realignment. It's where one alignment is loosening up and disengaging, and a new alignment is beginning to form, and that process takes time. So while that time is happening, there's that little lull, that little state of suspension, that limbo, the void. It says how to stay there without trying to fix it too soon. And that's one of my that speed thing, that's one of my issues, is that jumping in. I jump in very quickly, and I jump in with both feet and both arms in the deep end right away. And when this happens, it's like, okay, I know what to do. I know how to get out of this integration. I know the new authentic thing. Let me start doing that. But I need to take time for that realignment to happen. And with people, I need to take time for that vetting process to happen. That's one of the mistakes that keeps happening on this channel, is a failure to gatekeep properly and not take the time to vet. That's why now we have like the open panels, which are kind of the foyer. Just anybody can come and hang out there. We get to know who they are. And then gradually people can move to the inner chambers or the back room where we can really open up, be vulnerable, start talking about ourselves, our growth, what we're trying to overcome. And I wasn't really doing that before, so it was all mixed together. And people that were coming here to grow were having to compete with people that were coming here either with no interest in growth or to intentionally disrupt growth. Your mantra for the week: let what's dying die and stay curious about what's being born. I like that because curiosity is something I can do. I can stay curious. And so if the only action step for the next week is to just sit in that space, that in between, and be curious, stay open, that's something I can do. That plays to my strengths. So that's where I'm at. And then it has something for you. It says, what's a part of your old self that stopped working for you? Have you ever tried to go back to a person you once were? What happened? Were you able to? Did you realize that you couldn't? What values do you feel are pulling you in a new direction now? And what currently is starting to feel intolerable or unacceptable to you? What's starting to chafe? What's starting to clash that used to be okay, like you didn't have a problem with before? So, those are some questions we can talk about today or in the chat. It suggests if you want to take it further, and you could do this and we could talk about it on stream, you could write down or do some kind of piece of artwork maybe. You could use AI to write down the two values that you believe are in conflict inside of you right now. And I kind of touched on mine with the that community being aligned with community values and what the channel was expecting from me based on what I had set up to that point. And then the realization that that settling for less, that selling myself short, that I was capable of doing way more than just what I was currently delivering, which is just kind of keeping a baseline going that sometimes had drama chaos, sometimes had personal growth, sometimes people got to come here and learn and talk about topics, but it wasn't serving everybody as best as it could, and it wasn't allowing each one of those things to develop into a direction and grow and deepen. And so once I realized that I wasn't living up to my own potential, the new potential started to conflict with the inertia, the stagnation that the old potential got comfortable with. Because it was like, I'm doing this channel, I do it every day, and look at all the stuff happening on it. Things are right on track. This is exactly what I set out to do. And then I had the realization that, dude, no, you're not even close to where you set out to do. You could be doing so much more right now that you're not doing. Get off your lazy ass. Get all the riffraff that's clogging up your stream out of here and start giving people what they came here for. The people that showed that they are worth giving that to, the people that came here and put in their effort and their support, those are the people that I owe this to, not the drama people. And so the drama people are still welcome as long as they keep take your shoes off at the front door. But you're going to have to take a back seat to everything else now. You're not going to get center stage. You're going to have to be happy kind of in the chairs along the back wall. It says stop patching. Notice the behaviors that are propping up the old self and pause them. Stop them. Some other behaviors I noticed was that domineering, control freaky bossiness, that daddy energy. Like, this is the way it's going to be, and nothing's going to move that. And I still stand, I mean, that is true. It's just just finding a different way to do it, and doing it in a way that's collaborative. It's not me just dictating what's going to be. It's me collaborating with everyone else to help solve a problem and come up with a solution that works for everybody. So those are some behaviors that I'm noticing that I am putting the pause on and trying to find new ways of doing. Also, the too much in the head thing, which is the theory. This is the head thing right here. This is what I do. I'm a geek. I'm a nerd. I'm a spurg. We do head stuff. But I want to start. I didn't do my check-in today, the PIMS thing, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. I'll do one real quick, and then I'll open up the panel. And then the third thing it says is to hold the void, to give yourself permission to not have the answers yet, to sit in that space, to recognize what's happening, to stay curious, and to stay open. But you don't have to have the final solution or the final answer or the final next step yet. You can sit in the void and just float there for a little while. Don't get stuck, but it's okay to just kind of lazy river it for a little while. And that's what I'm going to do. It says call it progress. Okay. PIMS, for those that don't know, it's something we're going to start doing. Hey, Joey. Um, well, it didn't stop him before where when the actual devil was on here, Mike Cerrone, or y'all's version of the devil anyway. So I don't buy that. And do you see any of it here? I got the antlers, but that's a different thing now. The antlers never really was Satan. I'm shifting from Satanism to Satarism. It's all the everything good about Satanism without the actual Satan. Satyrs are cool. Everybody should show up for satyrs. That shouldn't drive anybody away. Um, but yeah, thank you for the feedback because you're not the only person to tell me that, and I have downplayed it a bit. I mean, I'm still a Satanist and Christian-ish person, and I still draw on it when I need to, and I still talk about it because it has helped me. It's been one of the things that got me to here. But talking about like old things that don't work and replacing them with new, it's just there's something that the Satanism's just not giving me anymore. And so I need to find that new thing. And for that reason, I'm just going to downplay that. It's still in the background, but I do want to reach the rest of the world. I want to reach as large of an audience as I can. And if that's getting in the way, if that's a barrier, just like the authoritarianism, the daddy energy, the personality, all of that, the intellectualism instead of coming from the heart, if that's getting in the way, I need to find new ways of doing all of that. So PIMS is physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, and you just kind of run through each one real quick and you check in with yourself. So physically, I'm rocking. I'm aware that I'm rocking. I'm probably excitable from running through this topic because they stimulate. I love this kind of stuff. I geek out on it. So I'm in like creative, excited mode. My body's all energetic, charged up. I'm not tired. I feel like I could go all day for hours and hours. I have my coffee. Emotionally, I feel optimistic. I feel excited that this is definitely the direction to go. I feel comfortable. I feel like I can be real. I feel comfortable enough with all of you that I don't feel like I have to hold back. I don't feel like I have to mask. I don't feel like I have to put things in certain words just to spare your feelings. I feel like I can just open up emotionally and just talk to you guys and just share. And I've said before so many times that YouTube in front of the whole world where everybody can watch is the space that I feel like I can be more myself than anywhere else. Normally people feel that in private, like, oh, when I'm by myself in my house, can be more myself than when I have a bunch of people watching me. I feel the opposite. I feel like it takes other humans to open up to. There has to be someone on the other end for that self to come out. And until I have that, I can't fully be myself with just myself in a room. And YouTube gives me that. Denounce the Satanism and watch it grow fast. We'll talk about that. I'm not going to denounce it because I believe it can be a force of good for the world, and I think it has positive things to offer people, and it had positive things to offer me. It can help people fortify their autonomy, their individuality. It can help people develop their personal agency and who they want to be as a person and discover themselves. But I think that when you do all that, there's something more that you can apply it to. And maybe that's what the Satanism doesn't give you. And mental, I feel my mind, it's popping, it's going everywhere like that. Just lightning storms going off in my head. This stuff excites me so much, like you would not believe. I could talk about it all day. I could write books on it. I could do streams on it. I could go on other podcasts and talk about it. Like this stuff is nonstop. My brain is in its zone. It's just humming along, comfortable. It's like a sports car out on the highway. You could really actually Moose. Okay, here's two things about that. If I write a book, it's going to be the AI that's going to ghostwrite it for me because I am not a writer. I took a writing class at the beginning of COVID. That's where I met some of that little group I was talking about that we used to Zoom together, all the creative, artsy people. And the lady that taught the class, she said, give yourself 10 years, and this was in 2020. She said, don't try to write your book right away. Put it as a 10-year goal, and over the next 10 years, start gathering the material and shaping it into the book. And we're 5 years in, so I have 5 years left. And I even thought of a title, and I made up a cover. It's going to be called Defiance. And it had a tagline. I forgot what it was. Oh, okay, you want me to play it? And so that's the thing about the book. Now that we have AI, I don't need to actually write the book, but I still have that 10-year plan to get it done. And we did a bunch of writing practice. I have stacks of notebooks this high during COVID where we met like almost every other day, and we sat there and we did writing prompts and we wrote in those notebooks. It's like where you give somebody a prompt, like, I don't know, tell a story about a girl in a red dress. And it can be from your memory, or you can make it up, or you could write whatever that brought up for you. It doesn't even have to be about a girl in a red dress. It's just a starting point. And then you put a timer, like 10 or 15 minutes, and you just sit there and you just write freehand whatever comes out of your brain. And we did that for months and months and months and months. And I have stacks of notebooks and some of it is like just memories and stuff from my life. And all of that can be shaped into a book along with all the transcripts from these streams. So one day I'm going to be able to feed everything into an AI. It's going to outline my master work, my magnum opus, and I'm going to release it into the world in all of its chaos and glory. I know you're really pumping the gas. That's a good thing. Keep pumping. I'm one person and I can only do so much, but once the content gets to a more professional level, I have a network of people that I believe will at least pay attention to it. I think they don't take me as seriously right now because it's still a little amateurish. It's still a little more like a hobby and less like a career or a vocation. And then the spiritual thing is that mythic layer we talked about yesterday, and for me, it's that spiritual shift from, I guess, latency and passivity and kind of just status quo to getting kicked into gear and ready to create and ready to build. And so spiritually, I'm very much in a building, creating. I want to collaborate. I want to build community. I want to create brotherhood. I want the brotherhood to create. I want to start this network, this on the ground community. I might do the road trip. All of that. Ever since that spark got lit, it's never gone out yet, and that was like months ago. So that for me, spiritually, I'm in a very active, productive state, whereas before I felt like it was more in a receptive, kind of learning, feeling my way and figuring it out state. And I feel like I've figured it out. I have the way, and now I'm ready to ride out on the journey. All right, I'm going to drop the link. Moose has some videos. Frank, I believe, has some new stuff. So I have plenty of piss music. I might go grab another cup, and then we'll get a panel going. Let me see what Moose has cooking. Is it producer? Let's see. Cases and tinted glass logic. I didn't see as the crow flies either. Which one do you recommend? The is the wizard one. I know. I love your ending. Moose puts a moose logo at the end of all his videos, and he does something creative with it every time. I can't wait for the end to see what the moose is gonna do. All right, I'll play the tinted glass logic, and I'll go grab another cup of coffee. Is it drama? Is it drama related, or you think it's okay to play? Because I mean, I'll play it if you tell me to. All right, in the meantime, let's look at tinted glass logic from our resident artist, producer Moose, and I'll be right back. Where's the volume? Hang on. It's not giving me the volume bar. This is amazing. This is awesome. Does it have sound? Wow. It says music. Why isn't it playing? Can y'all hear? What am I doing wrong? Oh, I had it too far down. I see. Okay. Here we go.
The silent lawyer in my head, crafting arguments I wish were true. A reality distortion wrapped in comfort, painted blue. I chase the echo in the void, the familiar phrase that feels like fact, mistaking certainty for wisdom on a path I can't retract. The halo shines upon the front, the mask of power holds the stage. My logic is tinted glass, trapped within a self-made cage. When the crowd begins to shout, the mirage whispers you belong, but the truth stands quiet on its own. Where the heart knows it was right, feel the hijack in my chest. The chemical storm behind my eyes, and realize the story told was just a beautiful collection of lies. Listen very carefully. If you say a
Oh
word,
my God, that moose. You're like the new Hollywood. You're like a one-man studio. Let's do the wizard. Hang on, let me get to it. All right. Here is 96 cases. Hang on, let me start it over. Dang, I hate these charts. They're so unwieldy. Here we go.
Da 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 da
The deaf boy screams outside my window pane, fueling the fire, bringing the rage again. They call me code leader, they type in the dark, leaving their coward mark. They whisper on channels, drunk and low, but look me in the face, the truth you won't show. I stood in the courthouse, 96 deep, refused to conform while the weak ones sleep. I live what I speak, my reputation is raw, while you chase comfort, ignoring the law of the real. You crave the fiat, the power I hold, a story of struggle, worth more than gold. This metaversal loop, where the weak ones bend knee, you're powerless slaves, obsessed with me. Go write your own book, prove who you are inside, or stay a broco with nowhere to hide. I'm stacking my pizza money under the sky, while Penny Lane whispers in your ear and your eye.
Oh, you can't see it? Oh, hang on then. Oh, you can see it. Should I keep it playing? Oh my god! The moose. It gets me every time. Did you say or be a broke ass hoe with nowhere to go? Oh god, Moose, that was you're amazing, dude. I can't say it enough. Can't wait to see what you do next. You mean like the YouTube chatter? These chatters? Y'all are all broken hoes. The people that are not broke have already gotten out of the panel. They've already broken out. This is the left behinds. The never would have beens. No, I think if there's potential in the panelverse, I say nurture it as much as any other potential anywhere else. If you could find it, I do think there is potential actually. With me, I don't work for Amazon. No, I remember I did that interview and I never got it. They put you through like this. You do it on your computer and it was a simulation. They pretend like you're in the role and they ask you questions. They give you a little job task to do and you have to like sort the packages the right way and they give you these little scenarios about this is what's going on and you need to talk to your manager. What do you say to them? What do you tell this coworker in response? It was a big, complicated test. And I took it. It took me like 30, 45 minutes. And I didn't get hired. I guess that they didn't like my results. I don't think like a corporate beta slave. But I am looking to free up some more time to devote to this channel. So that's going to probably happen soon, one way or another. No, I don't know where he's getting that from. Um, I'll it. Remember the void I just talked about, like just being in suspension and staying open and curious and not having any one definite outcome. I'm kind. It's amazing how at some point work started to mirror YouTube, and the stuff happening at work and the stuff happening on YouTube suddenly started becoming the same issues, and everything I needed to do with the work stuff was the same stuff I needed to do with the YouTube stuff. And this void, like kind of being in transition between two selves, is also kind of happening at work too. So it's between YouTube and the two worlds of having this world and the real world, and then adding AI into that, and all the stuff that AI is able to do with that. I don't know what world I'm in right now. I'm in all kind of voids at once. But I will keep everybody updated, so when I know something, you'll know something. But my main focus and my real job is this channel. And hopefully I'm not losing that. Well, what else is good? Did I pin the link? What else is going on? Oh, I think we might have some Frank music too. Let's see. What has the little monkey put out lately? Brown Cow Boogie. I don't think we've watched that one. Frank is also burning up the charts. I don't know if you'll realize this. He'll put out a song and he'll have like hundreds of views 5 minutes later. I don't know how. Well, I don't have to go much longer. I just opened it up in case. Part of it is my commitment to just keeping the space open for people that need it. Whether it's to tell stories, to just talk. Sometimes it's good to come up and just have a place to talk about whatever's on your mind or whatever you need to talk about in the moment. The problem solving, the kind of the philosophy, nerdy stuff. And then what's the fourth thing we do here? I don't even remember. What did it say? Oh, yeah, the hanging out. Just to hang out. So this is the hangout part. But if there's not a need for hanging out, I feel like the theory part is over. The topic's done. I've gotten my thoughts out. So tomorrow's topic is going to look more at those values that clash. The two, like the war of the values. That grand final. If you look at it mythically, you have like the battle of good and evil, the ultimate final battle of the forces of good and evil. If you look at it romantically, it's like the battle with the dragon or the battle with the enemy kingdom. If you look at it through the leadership level, it's leading. It's transitioning from kind of passively just keeping the thing going to actively leading, and all of the challenges. Because when people step up, because when you're a leader, when you step up to lead, we talked about that fourth layer, which is the layer of connection and everybody's equal and we're all human and we're all in this together. But when you lead, you're kind of stepping out of that layer a bit into another level, and the people on that level react. You're losing that sense of latitude, of horizontalness, and it becomes vertical, because when you step up to be a leader, you're stepping into a role that not everybody is in. And so it creates a hierarchy, a tier system. And that can cause all kind of challenges and fallout. And that's what I think we're seeing here too. But I don't think that should ever stop a leader from leading. I think it should help them refine their leadership skills and understand the people that they're leading. Because good leadership is not going to be effective if you don't have the support of the people that you're leading. You can't just impose leadership on people. I mean, sometimes at work you can, but I don't even know long term. When I was leading my team this summer, I got to know each one of them individually. I didn't have any preconceived judgments about what they were there to do, or what I could tell them to do. I got to know them. I got to see where their strengths are. I would fit the system around what I knew about each person. And so I'm learning a lot of you and how you want to be led. So it has to be a combination of my leadership style and your leadership needs. It can't just be what I think leadership is. But that's going to be the starting point for a lot of it. And then that fifth layer is that detached, kind of ironic layer. And I guess that's where you just isolate the values themselves as values, and then you just look at the conflict and the pattern through kind of a objective or intellectual or scientific lens, that Virgo Gemini thing. Yes, it sure can. At my work, they call it promoting yourself to customer. Instead of like, you're going to get fired, they say, you're going to get promoted to customer if you keep doing that. So, all right, we have a panelist. Please give it up for our friend all the way across the pond in Merriall, Ireland. Welcome, Mr. Sean. Is it Mary today over
So,
there?
say it again?
Is it Mary over there?
No, it's all right.
Oh,
Like,
you, it sounds pretty miserable.
well, the weather's pretty
You're
good
not
today. It's
having a
not
gay
raining.
old time?
Well, it was raining the last couple of days, so
Oh,
there was a funny video I saw of there's a guy filming they think it's a lion walking in the forest in Clare. It's gone viral. You can check it out on YouTube. A lion in Clare walking. They think there's a wild lion roaming around in Ireland. It's so funny.
oh, in Ireland?
Yeah.
Let me look it up. Is it by you? Can you go stream it? No, don't. I'm
No,
just
no, it's
joking.
County
Don't put
Clare.
yourself at risk.
County Clare.
Footage captured of lion-like animal in the Irish forest. There's an animal down there that looks like that. It is not a fake video. Interesting. The Irish Daily Mirror. Is that a reputable site?
No, it's probably tabloid, but the video looks pretty convincing, to be fair. If you can watch the video, it'd be funny. It's only like 30 seconds.
It looks like somebody took it. It was a trucker. He took it out of the window of his rig.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's lions roaming around in America, because you got so many pet lions and tigers over there.
Well, what's the Tiger King? Joe, what's his
Yeah,
name? Joe Tiger.
yeah. I
They
wouldn't be
had
surprised if
they
they did
had
that
all
from
those wild
loose.
animals that they. There's a whole wild animal industry here.
Yeah, I don't think we have that in Europe. It's only in America. You're so rich over there, you can do that.
Are we? Y'all are that poor? Y'all can't even afford
Yeah.
lions?
I mean,
Oh,
it
that's
takes a lot
stupid.
of food to feed the lion. We have zoos. I heard Germany has the most zoos per capita in the world. But I don't think we have like pet lions and tigers. Maybe we do, but maybe less than America.
Oh, y'all have leprechauns though. We don't have those here, except in our cereal.
Well, it's funny because we have loads of tourist shops in Ireland, and there's loads of that stuff, leprechauns and all that. Halloween, we gave you Halloween. You should thank the Irish for that.
That was from y'all?
Well, it's also the French. I heard the French did
Is it
All
Samhain
Hallows Eve.
related to the pagan
I
holiday?
think the Irish and the French made it popular in America, but I think the Irish were the first to celebrate Halloween or something.
Oh, well,
Pagan
thank
thing.
you. Y'all gave us St. Patrick's Day too,
Oh yeah.
and y'all gave us the St. Patrick's Day parade too in New Orleans, which is really fun. My second favorite holiday after Mardi Gras. The Irish
Is
really
there
know
some
how to live it up.
is there St. Patrick's Day in every city in America or something?
There probably is. I know Chicago does a big one where they turn that river green, but New Orleans, because they have a big Irish, they have an entire Irish neighborhood called the Irish Channel. It's a particularly unique version of it down there. I don't think everybody parties does St. Patrick's like New Orleans does, but I think a lot of cities have their own version of it. Like Seattle doesn't do anything that grand for St. Patrick's. They might have green beer.
Yeah, and in the TV show Always Sunny in Philadelphia, they have funny stuff about Ireland and stuff in that show. They're in an Irish pub and everything in that TV
Oh,
show. Have you ever seen that show, Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
I've seen clips of it and I get it confused with Community.
Yeah. Yeah, comedies, man, they're funny. What a good comedy movie is great, or a show is great.
Yeah, I like comedies too, as long as they're funny and make me laugh. What's your favorite comedy?
Recently, comedians I don't really follow that much comedy. I usually watch YouTube, but there's some. I mean, movies. I don't think there's. I don't watch movies as much or shows. I have never actually watched a full series in my life.
In your whole life?
Show, show or series.
Oh,
I've maybe
well,
watched a lot of one show. Like maybe the most I've watched was like Lost. I've never
you
watched a
did
whole
watch
series.
Lost? I tried to
I
watch
didn't.
it, but I couldn't get into it.
I didn't watch all of it though. Like some
Did you
people
watch the
watch
first
whole
season?
shows. Yeah, the first seasons are the best, and the last ones are not the best. Like my brothers and sisters, they love shows and all that. I just don't.
Do you read or do video games or
No, just
something?
YouTube, YouTube
Oh, okay.
mainly, and the internet,
Well,
news and
there's
stuff.
we have a lot of clowns and comedians on here too. Locals, train wrecks.
Trump is one of them.
I wish he'd come on my show. I've been trying to get him on my show. We need to hit up Baron. Baron's the one that sets up all his social media connections, and he's a spur. Baron is an outlier. Baron belongs here. Hey,
Imagine
Pat.
if he called in.
Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Are you going to church today?
No, I'm atheist.
Oh,
My
okay.
mother
I
usually
thought
goes
all
to church,
Irish
but
people had to go to church.
no, we're not forced. I don't
Oh,
think there's
okay.
many countries in the world that force you to go to church or Quran or I don't even think the
Did you
Muslim
say
countries
Quran?
force you. Yeah, no. What's that Muslim place there? Where church where you have to go? Mosque.
Oh, a
I
mosque.
don't
Yeah.
think people force you to go to mosque. Maybe
I
your
don't. No
family
one's
does,
ever
but
forced
the
me to go to
government
a
doesn't.
mosque.
I don't think there's ever no country in the world that forces you to go to a mosque or a church.
I mean, if you have to force people to worship a god, how powerful is that god?
Well, they say that the North Korean president is kind of like a god, and they worship him.
Yeah, that they pretend to. I think they have to.
Yeah, that's a crazy country, man. That's flipped up. I think the only reason it's still around is because China supports them. But if China stopped supporting them, they would probably collapse. Could be
But that
wrong.
means China's getting something out of them. I mean, they wouldn't
Yeah, I
support them
mean,
for no reason.
yeah. Or the Taliban. The Taliban are pretty crazy too. I heard they banned all women books
Is that what they call them, the
recently.
Taliban? I thought they weren't around anymore.
No,
Didn't we
they're
get
they're they're in
what's
power
his
now
face
in
and
Afghanistan.
Osama?
They're in
They
power now in
reformed,
Afghanistan. Well, yeah, when you left Afghanistan, they took over because
but I thought
the
we got the
government there.
leader, and that was like that. So they're back. We still have Taliban.
Yeah, they're back even stronger now because now they've banned women from right. They banned all women's books. A woman can't study. They
So when
can't
you
go to
ban
university.
women, it makes you stronger. That's what you're saying.
Well, no, there's just their religion and ideas are stronger, but I don't think they're gonna get stronger from it. But they're they're still around anyway,
Oh, okay.
which is worrying
You know
because
what? Let
that
me
just
look it
shows
up.
you that
I'll see what
humans.
Wikipedia has to say. What's old Taliban doing? The Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan. Offensive and Return to Power, 2021. Oh. Oh, yeah, after we withdrew, they led a major offensive which gave them control over half of Afghanistan's 421 districts. By mid August 2021, the Taliban controlled every major city in Afghanistan. So, I guess, are they running Afghanistan now?
Yes, they do. I thought you knew this. Don't you
I,
follow
it,
politics, the news, and
not
stuff like that?
not Afghanistan politics. No, I don't.
Yeah, but the
Sorry to
Iraq,
say.
like the Americans were involved in Afghanistan for 20 years. Like the Afghanistan-Iraq war.
Yeah, but it's not something that like somebody like me in my life would pay attention to. If I'm gonna tell you something about America. If it doesn't affect us here immediately, we are like it doesn't stay on our brains very long. We don't sit there and stare at everything the rest of the world's doing because we don't have to.
Yeah, you're so powerful. You just don't need to care about anything else because you're so powerful. I mean,
I
you
mean,
spend
what
two
what is
trillion.
knowing about Afghanistan gonna do for my day-to-day life? It's so remote from anything that applies to what I
Well,
do
I
every
guess
day.
it's a luxury to have. I mean, when you're so rich as a species, when we're so rich as a species, we have so much
I'm
spare
not
time that
rich, dude.
afford to we can afford to waste our times on this stupid
But
facts.
let's pretend all that's not true. What's the advantage of for hyper fixating on Afghanistan? Like, what do I get out of it halfway around the world
I don't
worrying
know.
about it?
The Americans were in Afghanistan for 20 years trying to get rid of the Taliban, and they lost, and they spent
Right, they were
billions
in a
and
lot of
lost
places.
thousands.
They were in Vietnam, they were in Korea. I didn't sit there and stare at the TV screen every day just because the Americans were over there. What would that have added to my life?
Well, they spent 2 trillion in the last 20 years on Afghanistan and Iraq,
I don't
and
care how much money. It's not
they didn't get much out
how
of
much money they spend.
Afghanistan, but they probably gained from Iraq with oil stuff. Could be wrong.
But what? How does it apply to my life? I guess is what I'm saying. Why should I, as an
Well,
American,
whatever the government does,
worry
the way
about
there's a famous
Afghanistan?
saying that if you don't care about politics, politics
I'm
will
just
care about
asking
you.
about Afghanistan in particular. Why I should prioritize it on my daily like news diet.
Well, it just shows you that humans can do horrible things. I mean,
I don't
Iraq.
need
I mean,
Afghanistan to tell me. I can see that right here in America.
yeah, I'm just saying that humans are crazy, and I'm just showing
We're
us what we're
animals. I say
doing.
that all the
I'm and
time. I
you.
know. I know what we're capable of. But that includes
Yeah,
you.
I'm
You
just
have
sharing.
that
I'm
too.
just sharing the bad news. It's fun. Bad news
Oh,
is what
okay.
humans love.
To
We
bring
love
other
bad
people
news.
into
I
your
mean, bad
misery.
news is better than good news. We care more about bad news. It's in our
It's
DNA to care about bad news.
it's it's just not news to me. That's the only thing. I already know humans are awful. The only news part was I didn't realize they had Afghanistan back because I wasn't paying attention because there
Yeah,
wasn't a reason
it's
to. There's
there's a.
probably
I saw a
stuff
video.
going on in Africa right now, and I don't could even tell you about it because I don't pay attention to it because it doesn't have anything to do with my life here.
Yeah, but the American government cares about a lot of the world. I mean, America has its hands on the whole globe. It's trying to do its thing in the whole globe. It's so
Everybody
powerful that
is.
it's
All the countries
yeah,
are.
everybody is. I'm just saying that America is probably the well, China is probably second or first in trying to make the world its will, but America is first or second. I'm not sure. But I think the Russians and the Chinese are maybe winning because of the BRICS countries. They're trying to make their own. They're trying to get rid of the dollar as the world reserve currency and replace it with gold, and that's why gold is gaining now. It's gone up by 50% in the last year, and they're saying that's because they're selling their American bonds and buying gold, and they're trying to replace the dollar with gold like that. The dollar doesn't have world
You
dominance
think
anymore,
that's
and
going to
America.
happen? They could even replace it with crypto. Are you worried
No,
about the
no.
dollar getting replaced by gold? I'm not.
Well, no. I think the Chinese, the BRICS countries. This is a. I could be wrong. Okay, this is just conspiracy stuff.
Oh,
I
okay.
heard the Chinese are trying to replace their U.S. dollars with gold instead. That's what I heard. So they're buying loads of gold. The Chinese. That's why the price of gold has gone up a lot this year by 50%
It's
this
just
year.
internet gossip at this point.
Well, it could be true though.
But
Look up
but
the
yeah,
price of
gossip
gold.
could always be true. But until we know, it's just internet gossip. Unless you know for certain if it's true or not.
Well, look up the
But
price of gold, and it's gone up by a flip ton. And I heard it's China mainly that's making it go up.
so that sounds like gossip. if you if you heard it was China, but you don't know for sure.
Well, life is all about gossip. We'd be
A
bored
lot of
without
it
it. I
is.
mean,
It's storytelling. Yes, it is. We
most of the
make our
things that
reality
happen in
from
this
the
planet,
stories that we hear and that we
most
believe.
of the stuff that happens in this planet is just rich people doing stuff for
It's
stupid
everybody.
reasons,
It's
and
it's me doing stuff too. It's you doing stuff too. It's every human on earth doing stuff.
there's no meaning in life.
I have plenty of meaning.
Yeah, but
I
in the
wake
grand
up every
scheme of
day
things,
and have meaning right here on this channel.
no, no, I'm just saying. I'm joking. I'm just saying. I saw a video there yesterday about how space is empty. How we haven't found evidence of aliens yet, and like how to go to space is so hard, and we'll probably never be able to colonize space. It's a great video I saw. It shows you the physics of how to go to space and colonize space and all that. And they're saying it's very hard, and we haven't found radio signals from aliens and stuff. So it's either that we're all by ourselves, or there's aliens out there, but they're not contacting us. So
Yeah, we're all by
it's weird.
ourselves, and there's no aliens out there, and none of this is new. None of this has anything to do with the real world. This is what shut-ins think about in their heads when there's no actual life going on outside of them. Normal
What?
humans don't go around thinking about if there's alien radio signals.
Uh, yeah, but are you normal, Jeff?
I guess, oh, you got me. Damn, God. I feel like I have to play that role for this conversation, but you did get me. I can't. It's a relative normality. Relative to a lot of people, I feel very normal. But then relative to a whole lot of other people, no, I'm not normal.
I mean, normal could be subjective. One person's normal is another man's
Yeah, it is
abnormal or
subject
something.
or intersubjective. And my norms are definitely not the norms of other people in many, many areas.
I mean, I saw another fact of like there's an increase in the LGBTs amongst the younger generations. I think it's like 15% or 20% are LGBT now in the younger generation, and it's
That's
like
because
5% in millennials.
right, because they're not talking about sexuality anymore. It's an identity category. Straight people can identify into it. So it's not based on biological attraction like it used to be, which is more of a fixed percentage. It's based on whoever wants to justify taking on that label if they want. And you can do it now for any reason whatsoever. So it's more of a political identification. So yeah, all the
Well,
kids
there's
are identifying into it because all their friends are identifying into it. That's they're like half the
well, no, I
world is
think the majority
identifying
of them
into it
are.
because it's a political affiliation.
So you're saying that all the LGBTs are left leaning,
No, but
but you said a political affiliation. That means Democrat, no? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, I mean it mostly is. I wouldn't say they're all left leaning, but it's probably largely left. Put it this way, the non-LGBT people that are identifying into it and increasing the numbers to 50% are probably left. I doubt any right-wing people are doing it.
No, but I
So
heard
you
the
have
majority of them
actual
are
LGBT
bisexual.
people on both sides, all over. They're everywhere, Republican, Democrat, everywhere. And then you have a bunch of leftists also identifying into the category and inflating the numbers. So the growth,
Right.
the increase in the numbers is coming from this set of people that are identifying into the category and inflating that number. But it's not actual LGBT people. That number's pretty steady across history.
Yeah, I heard a big increase was bisexuals amongst women or something.
Bisexual supposedly is the largest of the groups. There's more bisexual people than gay or lesbian or trans by far.
Right.
And then it's like bisexual is a whole bunch, and then gay and lesbian, and then trans was a very small percent. And queer is another. Like if you don't want to be known as gay or lesbian, you could call yourself queer. But it's kind of all the same thing. Queer is a very fuzzy category. In some ways, it's just the new hip term for gay. But in other ways, it's very different from gay.
Yeah. But anyway, there should be a queer party. Was there ever a gay party out there or something?
No, we folded ourselves into the Democrat Party because they were the ones that were supporting our agenda. And we, America's not set up to have a third party. We're a two-party system. It's going to take something really momentous to become enough of a center of gravity for a third party to form around. And it
Well,
looks like there were points in history that have come close, but it never really materialized into an actual third party. So the
I
chances of it happening are I wouldn't factor it into my political calculus.
I think it's because your political system can't make other parties popular. It's the way your system works or something. It's not like in Europe
Everything gets folded into the two parties. They're actually a collection of several. What in other countries would probably be separate parties, ours are just like loose coalitions that ally together into two camps, and then those camps become the two parties. And so you have to fit your personal issue into one camp or another to get anything done. and to reach the people you need to reach and get your issue magnified.
It's probably the same with the communists in China. They have loads of different factions in the Communist Party.
I don't know. I'm an ignorant American. I don't know anything about how China works. You think they are? How many bisexuals are in the closet here? Raise your hand. Are you bisexual?
No. But I think a lot of bisexuals are just open-minded. Like they probably are straight, but they wouldn't
Well,
mind
then
a
that's
bisexual
not if
experience.
if they're straight, they're not bisexual.
I mean, it's like in the olden times, in the Greek
It's
times.
what you're
There's probably
attracted
loads.
to. What turns you on. They get turned on by boobs and a nice manly chest.
But if there was a hot man and you were like desperate for it and you're straight, I'd say there would be a lot of straight men that might get it.
Do straight men sleep with other guys out of desperation? I want to hear. I want to have this conversation. Straight men, come and weigh in. Would you sleep with the guy out of desperation, even if there was no attraction there?
Well, they do it in prison, don't they? They all turn gay in prison.
Do you think that might be because their options are very limited? And in non-prison life, they have more options that include the opposite sex?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I
That
was saying.
prison is like a specialized context?
Yeah, or like the military.
Do they do they turn gay in the military?
Yeah. Is it true that the male G spot is up the bum hole or I was
Well, you
talking to
know
a
what? Let
Muslim
me
guy,
ask
right?
the
And he
AI
said
about
it's
that
for
because I'm not, as a gay man, I'm not even really sure. Male G spot, the prostate, the P spot they call it. It's a sensitive area, 2 inches inside. Um, I guess you're right. It is up in there.
so God had a weird sense of humor when he invented all this stuff. I mean, Paul, he was anti-gay. The Bible's anti-gay, but Paul, I think, was a self-hating gay man because he is against gays as well. And he was single. He was known to be single. Oh yeah, and he
That made
also
him
said
gay.
he also said that you should not marry because the end of the world is happening soon. So that's why there's a lot of priests that are single or monks that are single. It's because he was a doomsday guy. He thought the end of the world was going to happen during his time. It's all mad. Like humans are cray cray. Well, to be
You
fair,
don't
they
have to
didn't know about
convince me.
science back then. They
I
didn't know
mean, I
about
agree with
science
that.
back then, so they just made shit up.
That's what they do now when they don't know about science or accept science. They make shit up. Hey, Steve, what's up? Happy, is it Sunday there?
So how's the weather there? Is it gonna snow?
It's been cold and rainy lately. You know what? Let me look. I don't know if we're quite in snow weather yet, but we do get it now and then. No, just mostly cloudy. Rainy all week. Cloudy on the weekend. Typical Washington State winter.
Dude, do you hear about New York there? There's record flooding there was in New York yesterday or something.
No, I didn't hear about that either. I'm really bad at paying attention to the news now that I'm doing all this personal
Dude,
growth. It's like
you
the
need to
real
get
world is
addicted to
not
the
even
news.
relevant anymore.
So you may need work, yeah? You don't watch social media or news as much. You follow
I figure
Trump
if
news, don't
something
you?
major happens, I'll hear about it from somebody out here. So I pull up the headlines now and then and glance, and they're lately mostly all the same. So not really anything new
What do you
to worry
what do you
about.
think about Trump? Is he doing what you want him to do, or are you
For
disappointed
the most part,
so
yeah.
far?
Yeah, I haven't checked in
What
on him
what's up?
lately. I don't know what he's
What's
up
up with
to
that
now.
shutdown? What? Why is America in a shutdown? What's that about?
I don't know. You have to Google it because I wasn't following it. I don't even know. They've had shutdowns throughout my life. I don't really pay attention to them much. A lot of it's just political theater. Each side tries to turn the shutdown to their advantage, however they can.
Right. Well, when you think about it, back in history, humans, like men like us, we would be conscripted into the military. In Europe, when there was wars, we were forced to go in the military. We weren't. There was no freedom really. So
Well, you
I
should
imagine, like
appreciate
in back,
living in the modern world, and
yeah, that's why I think with all the crazy shit that happens now compared to the past, it's not as crazy as. But it might get crazier in the future, though. So I'm not, you know.
I mean, it's pretty crazy now. I think it's always crazy.
Yeah, when you're educated and you know how the world works, you realize that life is a bit of a comedy or a fucking how do they say it? What's the sophisticated word they use?
Who knows how the world works? Is there anybody out there that is the
Well,
authority of
there's
how the
some people
world
that know
works?
how the world works, like the
Who?
smart people,
I'm smart. I don't know how the world works. I didn't even know about
the elite.
Afghanistan, and I can't tell you how China's communist system works.
Yeah, but some people have different hobbies. You know, some people know more than others and all that. And those that know are like, oh shit.
Well, who are they?
Well,
That's
the
what I'm trying
people
to
that
find
know
out.
about the
Who are like
environmental
the
stuff.
experts on the world? It's just opinion. Like everybody has their own take on how the world works, but who you said there's some people that know and others that don't.
Yeah. Well, like the Jews, they're the smart ones of the planet, and they
Another
know a lot of
leftist.
stuff.
How come it's the commies that think they know how the world works? Everybody else has epistemological humility except for the leftist, socialist commies. They're convinced that they have the true knowledge of how the world works and they need to guide the rest of us into it. They have data and charts and graphs and predictions and models and simulations and prophecies. Nobody knows the future. They don't know how the world works any more than anybody else. They're LARPing
Well,
and they're high on their own ego and their own self righteousness.
well, do you think Trump knows how the world works? I don't think so. I don't think he knows.
He
Well, he might
knows
know a bit
how
more, but
the world works enough to get what he wants out of it because he gets his way a lot of times. And to me, you have to know
well, I heard he
something about how people work to make that happen consistently.
he made loads of money from insider trading on the stock market. I think.
Maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't know. I don't even care. Lots of people probably make loads of money. That doesn't stop me from making money.
Right. Who do you think is going to be in the next election in America
I don't
in
know.
2008? It's going to
I
be
don't know.
Trump again.
Maybe J.D. Vance. I don't know. Maybe Gavin
Yeah.
Newsom. I have no idea. I didn't even predict Kamala.
I heard she wants to run again.
Well, that shows why she didn't win the first time. She has that's such poor judgment. I hope she does
I heard
run.
Trump is I heard Trump is doing a deal. He did a deal with China there to bring back
I don't know.
the
You know what though? Do you
Soria.
have anything to say about personal growth? Because so far this is just internet conspiracy gossip, and I don't even know if we have a category for this anymore. We have storytelling. I guess it could be ghost stories. We have problem solving. I guess this could be considered hanging out. And we have theory and topics and stuff. And so I'm trying to clear out the stuff that doesn't fit into these new boxes we're creating. And conspiracy theories are just not my thing. I can only give it so much of my attention. I don't sit in my house worry about every little rumor about Trump or the environment or the world or the AI or the elites or the global. I just don't have the kind of brain that can sit and give that kind of stuff energy.
You're not a true autist then.
Maybe that is my autism, that I can filter that out so easily and focus on the concrete facts that are around me that I can see and touch that apply to my life and not so much my imagination.
Are you on X?
The drug or the social media platform?
Social media?
Yeah, I am.
Do you follow all the politicians and
I
stuff like
follow a
that?
lot of people, but I hardly use it anymore. I was a big Twitter user during 2020, like for a couple of years. That was my whole. I was on
Are you
Twitter
on
more
Blue
than
Sky?
YouTube. The time I spent on YouTube, I was spending on Twitter, and I was just tweeting all day long and talking to people. And then it just once Elon took over, it the algorithm changed, and like all my friends drifted, and people stopped using it, and it just kind of died off. And I hardly ever pull it up anymore. But I'm following, let's see, about 2,600 people from all sides of the spectrum. I mean, I really don't. I used to be way more politically. But once Trump won the election, I quit having to be interested in it. Before that, I was there was a reason to be interested in it. And when now that Trump took off, it's just like Trump chaos, and there's no reason to waste my time on that. I did it for 4 years of his first term. I was glued to the computer every single like minute, every 5 minutes, and I can't do 4 more years of that. So I think I've just once he's in office, I just tuned out politics from that point, unless it was something major. No,
So
I
I care a lot
consider
about the environment.
conspiracy theories conspiracy theories. That's not you're the one conflating them, not me. Personal growth is if you've been watching the streams, I'm tying everything I talk about to very concrete either events that we can all have observed on stream ourselves and use as material to analyze and study and learn from, or to steps you can do in your life in the future and apply. So that's if that's not concrete, let me know how I can make it more concrete for you. Otherwise, I'm just going to take this as one of your typical trolls. Right. And it's probably going to be a hell of me surrounded by a bunch of conspiracy theorists for eternity. And that's the only people I have to talk to.
I mean, the right wing. There's a lot of conspiracy theories in the
Yeah,
right wing. Well,
they
the
show up
left,
on here too, and I tell them the same thing. I am not biased.
the left has conspiracy theorists too, though. To be fair,
Oh, they
I mean,
do. Wokeness is one of them.
I'm a, like a center left. Well, maybe the shit is the fan. I probably have to like if I were to choose in the civil war between the fascists and the commies, who would I pick? The eco-socialists. Who would you pick? Eco-socialism or eco-fascism?
Probably fascism, just because if you're on the socialist side, I'd probably just automatically pick the other side.
Right.
That's like when you tell people how much toilet paper to use and they can't use plastic bags and all that kind of stuff. What kind of soda they can drink. Ooh, we just got a hot new track dropped by one of our favorite artists. We got two in the queue, and I just happen to might have to pee. It looks so good. The Cow and the Cock of King Alderic. We also have Brown Cow Boogie. I don't know. Well, at least not lost. Here's what I'll give you. At least I'm losing mine publicly because everything I'm doing with the AI, I'm sharing with y'all, and the whole world could see it. So if this is somebody losing their mind with AI, the scientists could study it and figure out what to do.
I mean, I heard there's loads of companies there now firing their employees. I could be wrong, but I heard
I
Amazon are
haven't heard
firing
that.
like
If
30,000.
you can give me some names, I'll Google them and look into it. Otherwise, not
Just
gonna
write
take
down
up my bandwidth.
big companies firings or something.
I'm gonna take an intermission and go get a refill and pee and listen to Frank's song. You're welcome to hang out while I do that, and I will be right back. Here is the cow and the cock back in 4 or 5.
Hark ye, good folk, by firelight's glow, draw near the ale and cheer. I sing of barnyard bravery that once did stir a tear. In Ulrich's stable by rafters thick with straw dwelt a bovine broad and a gallant cock, the finest that ever saw. Ho, sing we low, and ho, sing we high, for the cow that bellowed and the cock that cried. Clink thy cup and smash thy spoon, let merriment not lack, for none were bold as cow and cock to guard the king's own back. One moonless night when thieves did creep upon the palace gate, they sought the crown of Alderic to barter at a rate. The sentry slept, the gate was loosed, the hall was dark and slack. But the cock he crowed a warning shrill, the cow she gave a crack. Upstart brigands with lanterns dim did clamber o'er the wall. They thought to steal the sovereign's gold ere anyone would call. The cock flew high, he pecked a nose, he flapped his wings like flame. The cow she planted heels in earth and turned the rogues to shame. Ho, sing we low, and ho, sing we high, for the cow that bellowed and the cock that cried. Clink thy cup and smash thy spoon, let merriment not lack, for none were bold as cow and cock to guard the king's own back. They toppled from the turret ledge, they scrambled in the yard. The cow she chased with thundered hooves, the cock he played the bard. With beak and hoof and brave refrain, they chased the knaves away. And when the dawn did gild the thatch, the crown was safe that day. By my troth, ye noble beasts, no prince more brave was found. Not knight nor squire with spur or lance, but feathered friend and hound. Yet none did more than these two folk our royal trust defend. A cock, a cow, yon simple beasts may traitor plan to end. King Alderic in morning light, he wept and laughed full sore. He buckled them with barley wreaths and offered them the door. Take hay and grain, take saucer sweet, and rest within my hall. For ye have saved more than a crown, ye've saved the peace of all. Ho, sing we low, and ho, sing we high, for the cow that bellowed and the cock that cried. Clink thy cup and smash thy spoon, let merriment not lack, lads and lasses, toast the barnyard crew. To the cow and cock and alderick, a health both brave and true. May your hay be golden, may your mornings be bright. Ho, sing we low, and ho, sing we high, through every kindly night. So when ye pass the stable gates, speak gentle, sing their name. For off the smallest, humblest hearts may set the world aflame.
I am so sorry. I apologize for having did that to y'all. Um, what can I say? I told y'all Frank was the mole. We do have Brown Cow Boogie, which we can hear for the next bio break.
Well, that was funny.
Well, good. I'm glad it provoked something in somebody, some merriment in somebody.
I mean, AI is they say it's gonna be like a bubble. It might collapse like the .com bubble, but I think it'll be around
Like we'll
forever
just
after
get
this.
bored of it. And, oh
Well,
God,
no, I
another
think that
AI
they'll use
video.
it for like they'll use it, all right, but it takes a lot of energy. The problem, it takes a lot of energy. So,
Yeah, we don't care about that. That's not going to stop us from. No one's ever going to
well,
say, "Oh, let's not do any more technical progress. It's too much energy." We
well, if
don't
you
want the
use
next
all the
cool
energy
thing.
supply of the planet, if you use all
Huh?
the energy supply of the planet to run
Okay,
AI,
I'm
then
trying to
we'll.
tell you. I'm trying to clue you into reality. We don't care about that. Nobody cares how much energy it takes to give us the toys we want to have. That's not going to stop us.
My autistic ass cares about it. So,
Oh, okay. Well, most people that are not autistic, which is most people, are just not going to. So if you're waiting for the rest of the world to stop what they're currently doing because of the amount of energy it takes, it is not going to happen.
maybe we do need some autistic people to run the world. It would be fun.
I think autistic people pretty much built the world we're living in now.
Well, all the nerds, like all the tech CEOs, are all autistic.
Hey, Zat, what's devolving, not loss? AI is devolution to you? These AI videos are devolution? This music, well, I if you might have a case about the cow and the cock. I see your point. If the AI is giving us more cow and more cock, that could be a worry. Or sometimes not. Some would see that as a blessing.
Well, in in nature, there's no infinite growth in nature. There's always a peak and a collapse, peak collapse, but it stays the same. But it always goes up really high and down really low. But it's always the same, equal. But I don't know if humans will ever be able to go colonize the planets and the stars like Elon Musk wants us to. Well, Elon Musk is a good example of an autistic
I'm
person.
sure we will. We've done
Well,
everything
there
else we
might be like
tried to do.
AI like
Right, and we have
transhumans.
AI, and we'll probably have quantum computer at some point. So I'm pretty
Well, I
sure
heard.
if we want it bad enough and put ourselves into it enough, we'll get there.
Well, I heard quantum computing is always like 50 years ahead or something. It's the same with fusion energy.
Yeah,
It's always
it
like
doesn't
50
matter how what the
years.
timeline is. The point is, at some point, we'll be there.
I mean, if you had a choice, would you like to merge with the machine and become like a trans, half
No.
robot, half human?
What's the other choice?
Would you like to be like, you know what Peter Thiel says? He wants us to be all like transhumans, like half robot, half human
Well, I'll decide
AI
what I
stuff.
want to be. Thank you, Peter, very much. But I'll
Yeah,
figure that
but
out
Peter
for
Thiel might
myself. You could
force it
be
to you,
half robot if you want, but I'll decide what I want to be.
and like you will be able to like download your consciousness into a microchip or something.
Does anybody else want to come up? Yes. There's Brown Cow Boogie. It looks to be a real toe stomper, foot stomper, knee slapper. What?
The Sun
Something.
Rock seems to agree with me. He cares about the environment and stuff like that.
I don't think he cares to the extent you do. He's not a fanatic.
Well, I'm like Greta Thunberg.
Yeah, he's not the Greta Thunberg level of autism. And I don't even think he's on the left.
Yeah, Peter Thiel looks scary, man. He looks demonic. He thinks he's the Antichrist or something. Isn't Palantir a company that takes all our info when we go to websites? You know, the way you
I
have to
don't know.
agree to their. When
I
you
don't
go to a
know.
website, you have.
Did you get that off of the same conspiracy sites you get all the other stuff?
No, it's on YouTube. I saw a
Oh,
YouTube
YouTube, that
video
site
about.
where people get all the conspiracy stuff.
Well, most people
No, man,
nowadays
I
go
didn't
to
see it on a
YouTube.
conspiracy site. I saw it on YouTube.
But do you realize that most humans in this planet right now believe in some kind of conspiracies?
Most, you think?
Hey,
Do you believe in conspiracies?
what's up? Yeah, I've
So,
looked into most of them, but
Oh
I wouldn't say I
God.
believe.
Okay, I
I
just doubled my trouble.
wouldn't say I believe them all, because I'm sure some of them people just make up just for the creativity factor and to make up stories and say, I fooled the world. I made some people believe that, we went to Mars or whatever.
I made
dude,
people believe that the Earth is flat.
there's a new conspiracy I found out about. They're called meltologists. They think that all the buildings are made by melting stuff. It's called meltology or something.
All right,
Oh yeah, yeah, no,
I can't
that's
take this anymore. I need to draw a boundary. Y'all help me figure out how
that's a
to
big
do it.
thing.
I can't do this anymore. My brain is rotting from the inside.
You got to get into meltology. It's
It is
really, really
this
deep.
is meltology happening right now. This is not
Oh,
personal growth. It's not helping us. It's not taking us anywhere. It's just conspiracy looping, random conspiracy looping.
I just came on to, hopefully save you, Jeff. I
Oh, well,
heard a bit
yeah,
of a
no,
lull,
please.
a
I
lull in the
normally don't let
conversation. I
myself
was
get
like,
rescued, but in this case,
they're talking about me.
take it, please.
But I don't want to talk
Save
about
me.
politics. I don't want
Okay.
to talk about politics really because it's irrelevant to me in my life. So that's
What
not
do you want to talk
me
about? What's going
understanding
on in your
me
life?
understanding world politics. Right? Isn't gonna help me progress any further
It doesn't
in
sound like
my
it's helping him
life
either.
unless I was a
What's going on in
politician.
your life? What do you want to talk
It's not
about?
going to be a plan. Um, I'm just cooking at the moment. I'm just keeping busy, just putting my health as the number one priority. You know.
Is it okay?
Mm. Yeah, but
Uh,
prevention is better than cure. So I think it's better if you don't let yourself get too ill and out of sorts and unfit, because you might not be able to come back from it. So I'm getting older now, so I'm just
Wait, so what
realizing
do you
my
do
health
to prevent?
has to be a priority,
What do you do to?
number one.
What do you do to? Sorry. What do you do to prevent ill health?
Like following a healthy lifestyle, mental, physical, spiritual, everything, emotional.
I mean, I don't get this word spiritual. It means differently to different people. So what does it mean to you? Like meditating,
Um,
praying, believing in
yeah,
fairies and
stuff
all
like
that?
that. Like no, sp- getting spirituality is about getting in touch with your inner spirit. I mean, the part of you that the part of us that we all carry around, right? But it's it lasts. It will be there when we die. When we need to leave this physical body, we'll still have a spirit and all its associated memories and imprints. So we should look after that, but not neglect our body at all. No, but not neglect our body. No way. And our mind. It's all connected. Yeah, the body and mind is connected. You can't have one without the other. Maybe they'd like to do that. Try
So,
that
like,
with
do you
us.
meditate and pray and do some yoga?
Yeah, not regularly, but like
I think your mic's doing that thing, Ricardo. You just cut out. Brown chicken, brown cow. Brown chicken, brown chicken, brown cow. Ricardo, you there? I might
You
play another
shouldn't.
Frank track while you get your tech adjusted. In fact, I think
This
I'll
is a
do that.
chaotic
Lucky
show,
y'all,
man.
y'all get another Frank, a bonus. Brown cow boogie coming up.
Sunrise paint the garden, honey, golden rust. I step easy, feet in the warm earth dust. Brown chicken cluck a rhythm round the mango tree. Brown cow low and steady, she hums the melody. Darling on my shoulder, laugh like sunshine rain. Love, keep the fire clean, keep the trouble in check. Come dance to the brown cow boogie now. Life is a circle and love is the plow. Shake off the sorrow, stomp out the sorrow, child. Dance with the chicken, dance with the cow. Shall make it wild. Market bells call loudly, but we hold to the song. Bread and sweet cassava and hearts that are strong. Neighbors pass
That's
with
pretty good, Frank. I
burdens,
like this
but
one.
they soften at the sight.
Not what I was expecting.
When lovers and the animals move under warm daylight, we praise the small blessings, the simple
It
and
sounds like the
true.
soundtrack from like a
Brown feathers and brown hide, teach I and I how to move. Come dance to the brown cow boogie now.
something like that.
Life is a blessing and love is the vow. Turn up the laughter, let the music be your guide.
I could see Bonnie Tyler.
Dance with the chickens, dance with the cow. Jar right beside.
Get happy with the cow.
I say
happy with the
rise up morning, rise up gentle friend. Life is
Pick
more
the
than
low-hanging
sorrow,
fruit.
love is means to an end. When the city grind you down and the night get long and loud, remember the yard where the hearts stay proud. Brown cow steady breathing, brown chickens keep the beat, and I keep dancing with two left feet. Come dance to the brown cow boogie now. We come, love like the river, let it bless the plow. On, feet to the ground, hearts to the sky, child. Dance with the chickens, dance with the cow, and smile. So hold your lover, hold your life, keep the music loud and slow. Brown cow and brown
God, you
chickens
could
teach the
choreograph a
world
whole
what you
stage number to
already
this.
know. Dance is
Or
devotion,
I could.
love is the seed we
Yeehaw,
sow.
cowboy.
Brown cow boogie, keep we moving, keep we low and grow.
I like this.
Wow, that was fast and exciting.
That was good. Yeah, I liked.
I
Not like
restarted the
I think
phone.
you just must have a
Just
10
had a
ear or something, or just be a tasteless barbarian. I don't know how you can't appreciate that cool
That's
little jam.
amazing. I only caught the last bit of it, but I just restarted my phone.
And you're a musician, right? So what do you think about
Yeah.
all this AI music?
Um, I I'm a bit wary of it, to be honest. I don't.
Oh, have you
I
tried
think
making some?
no, but
Hmm.
I've listened. I've heard some really good AI tracks that have been made, quite political ones about our government and stuff, and the lyrics are really good. They're really funny. I wanna push some of them out and get more people to hear them. I can't remember any specific tracks, but I'm gonna create a special playlist
Oh, okay.
just for AI and just keep them in that box.
Yeah, and the AI videos, the shorts, they're very realistic. It's very hard to see if they're false or not. I mean, all the old people are going to get.
Some of them are
You
good, some of
think
them are
just
funny,
not the kids?
but I just worry. I'm concerned about real artists not getting paid for their work, for their creativity, and just passing it all over to the computers, who obviously will work for free.
Right. Like what is the value of creativity now if anybody can just type a few words into a computer and do any creative thing they want? Why
Yeah.
do like what's the standard for creativity now?
Is that true? Original creative thinking.
Well, that's why Hollywood did their protests there a year ago. I think it was because of AI. They did their protesting because they didn't want AI to replace their actors
Oh,
and
like
stuff
to start writing the scripts.
and acting. Like there's an AI
Oh, even
actress
the
there
acting.
recently.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It probably will. Like the generations after this are going to be like, man, y'all used actual people in your movies. They had to get out of bed and put on makeup and go down to a studio and film that shit. Oh, wow, we have a on the street or on the driveway. Oh, you're just outside. Where are you going? You look dressed up.
Oh, I'm
Roderick.
fixed.
I think your mic is
Sup?
like going out or far away or something. You're not coming in. Is that church clothes?
Is he on his
I've
ranch?
never seen
Is he on
that
his
look.
ranch?
Actually, the gay
Like a
lumberjack
ranch.
look.
People that's on the ranch.
I thought I was the gay lumberjack. Oh no.
I like wearing lumberjack shirts. I've got quite a few of them.
We
I don't
should
wear them all the
maybe
time.
that we should do like if I start this little community in person, we
Yeah.
can make lumberjack like plaid and antlers a thing. You know how like the
Hmm.
Flintstones had the water buffalo lodge? We could have like the flannel antler lodge.
Sounds fun. I'll be into that.
It's gonna happen at some point.
Did you ever go to cowboy places in America, Jeff, and
I
see loads of
come from
cowboys?
cowboy places. My dad's a cowboy.
In
Yeah,
Louisiana?
the college I went to, their football team was the Cowboys. The
Right.
biggest nightclub in town that everybody went to on the weekend was called Cowboys.
Well, Dallas.
We're like half an hour from the Texas border.
That's Dallas, isn't it? A lot of interesting people live in
So
Texas.
it's
You know?
the since everybody's creative and
Mhm.
at the like anybody can create now, it's how you market the creativity that determines success, not
Yeah,
necessarily the creativity itself. It's
sure.
can you get your creativity in front of the right people, which is kind of what
Hmm.
creators are trying to do with their channels. That's what I'm trying to do with I'm trying to get in front of the right people for what I'm doing, and
So,
AI artists have to get their creativity in front of the right people for what they're doing. That's
so they'll
that's
have
always
to
kind of
say,
been the motto. Get your product in front of the people that want it. It's just a new way of doing it, or a new like way the game board is set up. The branding.
so they'll
It's your
have to
branding.
regulate
You
it. We'll have to
right. You
regulate
are
it
your
to.
branding. Like I am my brand. Moose is his brand. Talcott's his brand. Mike Cerrone, I would even say, is a brand. It's like people are becoming brands, and everything they do flows from the brand that they create for themselves as this identity. And it's
Hmm.
it's you almost have to have a brand to relate in the virtual world. Even your avatar, your
Well, I
screen
think there's
name,
a
that's
risk
all kind
there,
of a
Jeff.
brand.
Jeff, there's a risk there. I think of being becoming typecast. You know, it's like live without fear. That's not even.
Well, then
It's not
that's
even
just a
possible.
branding issue. That's just if it
I
becomes
love I love
typecast,
Jack.
then
I love
that's
Jack Talcott. He's brilliant, but I love his the way he conveys his message. But live without fear. Come on.
well then tell him his branding's not working to change his branding. The audience is not
Yeah.
responding to it, or at
Yeah, it's
least this
fine.
audience, you.
Maybe I will tell him. Yeah, I'll talk to him a few times.
Or become a
I mean,
branding
without
consultant.
fear,
Say,
we
Hey,
wouldn't.
Jack, I'm going to be your branding consultant. I have some ideas how you could improve your brand. First of all, this live without fear
Imagine if
thing,
there
it's
was no
got to go.
fear in this
It's
planet.
corny and
We would
Maybe
just
if
nobody's
I
be
responding
scratched his
to it.
stoning.
back,
You're a
he'd,
joke.
he'd
It's a
scratch
laughing
mine.
stock. Something like that.
Mm.
Do what?
I mean, if we had no fear in this planet, we're all being a stone
Well,
age. We'll
you
be
got
dead.
plenty of fear for everybody, so you can have the fear, and then the rest of us can live without it. And we'll say, just give it to Sean. He's over there. He'll take it.
I'd say there's often ways to overcome fear. You don't have to
Yeah,
let it be your
yeah,
master, but
yeah.
you
Facing
can't
it,
live without it. And it'd be
acting despite it,
naive to try.
being realistic about it.
Well, I've got a fear of getting burnt. I've got a little fear of getting burnt by from the oven or something, or from
How do
the
you
heat.
overcome that?
Just by mitigating it, I suppose. Just by
Like really big oven mitts,
yeah.
the kind they use on The Simpsons.
I'm just really careful. I've been burnt so many times that I'm just very
From the
careful.
oven?
Yeah,
You
my
worse than
fingers.
me, man. I thought I was bad.
I haven't got any scars like some people, but I've been burnt enough times.
Oh.
So it's just made me very, very careful.
And I think there's also a difference between fear and caution, too.
It doesn't stop me cooking though.
I used to have a fear of hitting the biscuit can on the counter. I just stopped
Very
eating
what, sorry?
I just stopped eating biscuits.
Fear of a biscuit tin.
The popping open the can. I
Oh,
don't know how they do in the UK, but in America, you used to have to hit the biscuit can on the counter, and it would explode. It would like pop open and explode. That's how you
because
open
it's
the
so
biscuits here.
pressurized.
I don't know. It was just like dough in a can, and you peeled off the biscuits and put them on a pan and cooked them. But to open the can,
That's
you
not
had to
something we
bang
have
it on
over
the
here.
counter.
That
It
relates
was
to
like
that,
a
I'm afraid.
well. Thanks for the
Right.
insight, Moose. I'm sorry you can't come up. I want to hear your thoughts soon. And it looks like you were going somewhere, so I hope you enjoy whatever you're doing today.
Hello.
Make it a good one.
How's it
And
Hello.
welcome,
going?
Busker. Hang on, you didn't get your
Am
bongos.
I not? Oh, okay. I'm not muted. Okay. I
Welcome,
plugged in
welcome.
the. I remembered to plug in the external uh, webcam.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. We had a good little stream. I'll probably be wrapping up soon, but
That's cool.
we can check in with you.
Just chilling.
Chilling.
Yeah. I just had a thought, and I don't know why I had it. Oh my god! It
Oh,
just
do you
popped
remember
into
what it
my head.
was?
Yeah. Um. I don't know if my mom has her headstone in the graveyard yet. I don't. I haven't talked to my dad about it, and I haven't even thought about it till just now. Oh
Oh,
my god! I gotta visit her grave sometime. Oh Lord, what it is? How
Yeah,
you
it's crazy
doing?
how we die. Everybody dies. That's fucked up.
Yeah, people die. Uh, it sucks when it's apparent, though. I mean, like I've lost friends and acquaintances, but when you lose a parent, it's a little different, a lot different. Do you still have your parents?
Yes.
That's yeah. Hang on to them while you can, man. Uh,
Yeah, it's amazing how humans. I think I understand why we invented religions and all that because death. I mean, we're so smart. I mean, it's the curse of being humans. Like we know death. I don't know if humans, if other animals know that they're gonna die. Probably are.
it seems like they do. It's always seemed to me like they do.
yeah, I mean, like
That's why they fight. It's like they fight so hard to get away from predators and stuff because they know
that's right.
if they
That's like
fail, that's it.
the natural reaction. But like some cat, I had a cats that just I've kind of had a feeling they knew they were done, and they just kind of got depressed, and then all of a sudden, they died of whatever. Or past. I don't know if I can use the word, well,
Yeah,
how,
they say that in the evolution of religion, there's this guy called Daniel Dennett. He says that the fear of wild animals made us invent religion because we didn't know what was in the bushes, so we made up things
They
that
like
was
kind of
like
like you do
gods
now.
and stuff. Yeah,
we
and that's
we
how
still
religion
do
got
it.
evolved. It got evolved from that in the Stone Age, where we feared what was in the bushes, the
Well, now
rustle in
we
the
know what's in the
bushes.
bushes. We can see it live on stream.
do you think? Well, they might. Yeah, they must have had like that was like the precursor to religion was probably the way people acted back in those old days of Stone Age, right? I'm thinking.
Yeah, there's probably always been something
Yeah, I mean, like
similar to
something,
religion way before all the other stuff we have that we
and then
associate with civilization.
of course the religions we have now they're like honed from only a couple thousand years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that? That looks
It's the
kind
food
of
I made. Mushroom
Oh,
soup,
let's see. Is this a British meal? This is British food. Let's
Well,
see
this
what
is
he
just
has.
my. This is just what I want to eat.
That looks good,
So,
Ricardo. You made
noodle,
that?
egg noodles,
And
some
chicken? Or is that
mild
eggplant?
salsa. This is actually a vegan
Like vegan patty? Oh, okay.
You're
thing.
vegan.
Yeah.
No, I just like vegan
Nice.
food.
And then
You,
what's
you,
the soup?
It's mushroom.
Oh, okay.
I eat vegan,
Nice.
even though I don't mean to. Eat vegan a little more often than I eat meat because the meat's becoming gross.
Yeah,
At least
Well,
my
it's
meat's
more
expensive
expensive now,
though.
Maybe it's a
Ireland.
vegan conspiracy. Make the
no,
meat
it's
gross enough to where everybody becomes vegan.
well, I mean that's kind of what it is. I mean, like they're trying to get rid of all the cow farmers in America. Like they're doing everything they can to get rid of them, and so Bill Gates can print meat and make lab grown meat.
I live in Washington State. He's like right in my backyard, and I'm still not even worried about that.
What? Bill Gates?
Yeah, he's up here where I am,
Oh, up here. No, yeah,
and
he
I'm
keeps
not even
talking
worried about
about
it. Like I
lab
don't even
grown.
think it's gonna happen here where he lives.
Well, I'm just hope it doesn't go across the whole entire United States
Yeah,
or
I don't think you have anything to worry about. You're
I'll tell you what, I'd be worried if Bill Gates was sniffing around my back door.
that's right.
he probably stays in his little mansion and
Weirdo.
look. Yeah, I'm not worried about Bill Gates
Did
Isn't
one
you
he
hear what he
bit.
said
autistic?
recently?
And we have Jeff
Did you
Bezos
hear?
up here too.
Fuck them.
Mm.
Did you hear what Bill Gates said recently? He said,
What's
"Don't
that?
worry as much about climate change. Worry
That's
about
right.
poverty and
I don't
viruses."
need Bill Gates to tell me what to worry about. I'll decide what I want to worry about.
He's
Sounds
Mr.
like he's just trying to sound cool, down with the kids. Doesn't fool me.
Yeah.
Hey, Panelverse.
Bill Gates is a scumbag and he's done a lot of bad for a lot of people. He's
Yeah.
not the benevolent philanthropist that he claims he is. He's just a
Definitely not.
dropout scumbag who has a lot of money.
I mean, he
And
did invent the modern computer interface.
well, he didn't. He kind of stole it from his.
Well, whatever, he got the credit for it. Whatever he
Yeah, he
did,
got it. Yeah,
he
that's right.
his. I don't think you can deny his authentic accomplishments, regardless of anything else you think about him. It's
I
hard
know
to
because
make the
everybody
case that he has no talent or skill whatsoever.
well, it has to do with like since he took over Microsoft, everybody had Microsoft, so Bill Gates is the man. That's just like almost one of the demigods up in the in the oh, I don't know in the tech world. Just
I
like
can't imagine what it's like, what it must be like to have that much money and power and whatever. They must be constantly just worrying about losing it, people stealing it off them and stuff.
yeah, man, I'd hide it out if I
You
had
have to
that
live
kind
in
of
your own
cash.
little prison, or big prison, but doesn't sound healthy
I don't know. Do we have
mentally.
any super wealthy people that can come on and tell us what it's like to be that rich and what y'all think about and worry about? My
I
ex was
remember.
rich. He was pretty rich. He was way up in the tech world, and he
Mm.
was kind of weird about it. But I didn't really delve into it with him or talk about it much. But he definitely was conscious of being wealthy and being different from everybody else, and the power that he had.
At least
And he
he had
did
the
weird things like wanted to find ways to download his brain into computers and
oh
have like all
no.
these weird medical treatments to stop aging, stuff that rich people have the luxury to think about that the rest of us would never even waste our time on.
Yeah, cryogenics and stuff.
He was a transhumanist. It was all this transhuman stuff.
Oh, oh man.
I think we should just stay human for now and just evolve.
Exactly, Chuck.
Look to
That
evolve
to me is
naturally.
where the true wealth is. Like way more than money. Money doesn't
Hey,
give me anything that
well
spirit
said, Chuck.
does.
I agree with that.
And it's free. You don't even need money to get spirit.
Yeah, just go deeper with that. Look to go deeper
He's
with
not
that
even
connection with
Microsoft
yourself,
anymore. They got some
and just develop
Yeah,
it.
he's done with Microsoft
It's not
now.
that hard.
He wants to take over everything else. He's done
He
with
may not even be in
Microsoft.
charge anymore.
Who?
The Microsoft Bill's not at the top of Microsoft anymore.
No, he's not.
They
He quit.
replaced him a long time ago. Like
Yeah, yeah, but he's the philanthropist god who's a piece of shit.
he does the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation here in
Yeah, Melinda
Seattle.
Gates is long
That's
gone.
what their thing is now.
I think Melinda Gates is. I think she left him for, I think, pretty obvious reasons.
Oh, they're not together anymore?
Oh, they've been broken
Epstein.
up
Epstein.
forever.
All right. Well, this look, we're back. I'm not having that topic on here. We're not doing conspiracies. We did enough of them
No, that's not
earlier.
a conspiracy theory. It is like kind of like a fact that
I'm
like
just saying when Epstein comes up, it's not long before it starts spinning off into conspiracies.
uh, well, this is
I
reality.
want to hear about y'all. I want to hear about your lives, what your growth, what you're doing, what the channel can help you, that kind of stuff. There's other channels to go on and like bond over
You
conspiracy
know,
theories.
Well,
Yeah.
infinite growth is not realistic. So degrowth is good too sometimes.
Well, Americans are not degrowthing. I'm telling you, you do not understand the psychology of the Western world that you live in. Nobody's degrowthing. Nobody's going to slow progress because it takes up too much energy or takes too much battery power. We don't care about that stuff.
Inner growth.
Can you
I
be
think they
too
have extra ones
happy?
up here, Chuck. You can come on and grab one.
Is there such thing as too much happiness and too much joy in life?
I don't
No,
know. Let's find out.
you
Let's
can
all
never
try
have
to be
too much
happy
happiness
until
and
we can't
joy.
take it anymore.
Never. You can have too much of the other though.
Oh,
The
Moose,
opposite.
I live here and I didn't even know about this. I didn't even keep up with it. That's how little I care about these people.
Honestly, I've seen enough human misery to fucking it's too much. Never
yeah,
want to see it again.
I'm in misery. I can tell you that
Oh,
for sure.
sorry, dude.
To talk
No, my
about it.
heart goes out to you, man.
Thank
The
you,
what?
brother. It's good to hear that. You know,
Sorry too, man.
even my dad doesn't even really give a shit these days. So
Oh,
Any last words, Ricardo? You want to say anything?
oh, you ending it now? Um, I'm
all
still
right,
eating.
see you guys.
Give me a sec.
Be patient.
Right, nice conversation, even if it was a
All
bit
right. Am I back?
confrontational.
Uh huh.
Am I back?
Yeah, no worries, Sean. It's nice to talk to you,
My
man.
signal was
And
going out for a second. All right. I just say I
Yeah,
was
Right.
just asking if you have any final words.
um,
Yeah, but
grow
live long
grow
and
your.
prosper, as they say.
That's
What about?
nice. Live long and prosper. I would say, look to grow your inner spirit,
Oh, hang
not
on,
just
real
your
quick.
outer
We're gonna
wealth.
check in. I tell you what. Say your final words, and then I'm gonna bring this guy on separately. We're gonna check
Okay,
in with him, and then I'm gonna wrap up.
cool. I'm just saying,
Sean, you have any goodbyes to say?
look to grow your inner spirit, and your world will grow. Look after yourself, you know. I'll see you on the next one. Mhm.
He did, Chuck. My connection blinked out. It completely knocked me out of the browser, everything. That is, I guess, another reason to wrap up. So, Steve was in the back from Spain. I want to check in with him and see what he was up to, but my signal collapsed. I guess we'll take that as a sign from the universe to give it a break, and I'll probably be back on later. Like I said, I'm going to start streaming more now that I have some extra time. So, all right. Thanks, everybody, for coming up and hanging out, and we'll do it again soon. Tomorrow, if I don't see you today, tomorrow is our men's support night, so come for that. And other than that, have a great Sunday. Good seeing everybody, and talk to you at the next one. Take care, everybody. I'm trying to ground more. Y'all remind me when I start the next stream. I want to do that check-in, and I want to try to get in my body so I can start coming from here. I keep forgetting that. I go straight to my head every time. So if I don't remember, somebody please remind me, and I'll try to start doing that. In the meantime,